I need you. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me. He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape.
Hayden's missing? Well, that's one way to sour my night. I already saw you got his little ROM with you, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now.
Really rather you not be involved at all, but I know that isn't going to happen at this point.
Hey guys, Lucky Ojo here, coming at you with part 4 of 2064 Read-Only Memories. So, we left off, Turing has got the ID code somehow, right? Like, he got close, he didn't tell us the process, he's like, I'm keeping it under my hat, or something along those lines. And we're gonna try now to get past this ROM. We don't know how yet, but we'll see what's going on. So, let's go ahead and jump right in, and talk to this guy.
Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the Neo SF Police Department as part of ongoing investigations.
Leads me to believe Turing's about to do something.
I apologize for the inconvenience, but I am not authorized to allow anyone to enter this location.
This is Detective Lexi Rivers, badge number 881126. I will be entering the crime scene with my assistant to gather evidence.
What?
Please move out, but maintain the perimeter.
Of course, Detective Rivers. Good luck with your investigation.
Whoa, that was weird.
So, are you impressed yet? Have I proven my usefulness?
That's a scary power to have. Yeah, so you don't need to prove anything to me, but good job.
Thank you. At times I feel my inexperience may be holding us back, but I will continue to do my best to assist you.
Yeah, let's do it.
I just wish Hayden had given me more practical training to deal with this kind of situation.
Sorry, buddy.
Or even just being out and about in general. It can be a bit overwhelming at times.
So how did that work with just Lexi's voice anyway? Can't the police bot see us?
Well, I'm not sure I'd call that seeing. The Neo SF Police Department uses a government rebuild of the old Robodyne 6300 Mark B. They're antiquated enough that I'm surprised they aren't in a museum. Their optics are a paltry 10 megapixels, and it was child's play for me to modulate my forward display into a tight beam of an image aimed directly into its lenses.
Whoa.
I also transmitted the credentials we got from Detective Rivers' badge earlier. I probably could have gotten away with just that, but better safe than sorry when impersonating an officer of the law.
Yeah.
Frankly, I'm rather embarrassed for the ROM. The poor thing is older than your computer. But enough of that.
Thanks, buddy.
Let's get the data cache and return to Tomcat.
Alright. So random door, and then Hayden's door. Window. I'm supposed we can look at the plant. Healthy green plant. I'm surprised Turing didn't say something. It's not Hayden's apartment. I wholeheartedly agree. Alright, let's just go in. Whoa!
What?
So this is what we would have expected to see before.
Oh no! No! Our apartment! My home! Who could have done this? Why?
And why now? This is why I don't trust Tomcat. I feel like something's up. Yeah, those tags look like Human Revolution graffiti, but I feel like that's putting
What
us
does the
in that
Human
direction.
Revolution want with Hayden? Why would they break our things? I don't know what to do. This place, these items, they're all I have of Hayden. What if he's gone for good? What will I do if we can't find him? This was all I had left.
Calm down, Turing. Yeah, don't worry. We'll find him.
You're right. I apologize for the emotional outburst. Well, let's look around and see if we can find the data cache in all this mess.
Doubtful. I don't see any computer here. It looks like anything in technology is gone.
We don't have time to waste on my histrionics.
There's the torn up plant. So, like, remember the ROM parts were here. There was this setup that he had for building new ones, even which is actually what's in the TV right now. And then the game consoles are even gone. Even the retro stuff is gone. There's an empty desk now. So let's take a look. Huh. Someone took the time to methodically shred the poor plant. Pure graffiti. Humanity has changed rapidly in the last century. Hybridization of the human genome and cybernetic augmentation has, in the human revolution's viewpoint, diluted the purity and strength of the species. Tech scum is what that reads. Interesting.
I think you're right about this being human revolution propaganda, but Hayden is an unlikely target. I know they don't like Parallax because they think advanced technology in general is bad, but they spend most of their time going after hybrids and cyborgs.
Yeah.
I'll run some deep meshnet searches and see if anything turns up.
Good idea. While you're doing that, I will look in the desk. It's been ransacked and tagged with spray paint. Yep. What about the TV? What's in the TV? A ROM piece has been embedded in the high-res screen. Yep, that was the part that was down here. So you have a broken window. The view is marred by graffiti and splintered glass.
I think the data cache is gone. We've searched everywhere, and it just isn't here. I hate to return to Tomcat empty-handed, but this leaves us twisting in the wind. Perhaps they can point us in a new direction.
Again with they. So I keep referring to her as she. I'm going to start referring to her as they. That's apparently their preferred pronoun.
The data cache is no longer our main objective, but it would be nice to know where it is and why it was taken.
Yeah. That is a good question. So, like, if these guys are about pure human genomes, there really is no reason to steal a computer or any of the technology.
I wonder what the human revolution would need the data cache for anyway.
Yeah, so like what I think is someone's framing the human revolution.
That's a distinct possibility. I just don't have enough personal experience with the human revolution to give you an honest answer.
Neither do I.
The information on the meshnet is extremely conflicting and desperately polarized. Some of it paints them as neo-druid nature lovers, other parts as bigots stuck in the past. Perhaps we could... Hey! What's wrong? No!
Whoa. Okay. I like how it reminds you that every chapter. So chapter 2. So what happened to do we have augments, right? So we never really evaluated whether we do or not. So now we're in the Chinatown Hospital. Same day, 12/21.
goodness, you're finally awake.
What do you mean finally? Calm down, buddy.
I have spent the past 30 minutes calculating the odds of you being indefinitely incapacitated or immobilized. I'm relieved to find my pessimism was misplaced and that you appear to be okay.
Thanks, Turing. Yep, I'm okay. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Whoever ambushed us clearly wasn't interested in causing either of us serious harm. After you collapsed, my power systems were jammed by whoever attacked us.
Which is, in my opinion, Tomcat, but we'll see who is going here.
It took me 2 minutes to reboot and call an ambulance. When we left, I noticed they had done the same thing to the NSFPD ROM that was standing post. It takes a lot of power to crash one of those, even temporarily. Serious military hardware like that is difficult to obtain, but that type of non-lethal electrical field would interrupt my systems as well. Likely a mil-spec neuro-scrambler.
Yeah, why they attack us and just leave? What if they reprogram part of Turing too? Let's see what his opinion is on who did this.
I now believe my original hypothesis to have been correct. Hayden must have been kidnapped by a powerful organization looking to get control of his research.
Well, they would have taken you, though.
Trashing our apartment may have been a cover for the theft of the data cache we were looking for.
Yeah, and why'd they attack us and just leave, though?
If we walked in on them while they were searching the apartment for Hayden's files, I can understand them stunning us to make their escape. But the probability that they're actually after me, or rather the research behind my creation, seems high.
So why did they leave
Leaving
you?
me when I was so vulnerable makes no sense.
Well, because they're gonna frame you, I think. Or they're gonna use you, right? Like they reprogram the back end again. Most likely cause would be want you to lead them to the rest of Hayden's research.
A reasonable deduction. But if they don't yet have Hayden's research, we may still have time to rescue him before something really bad happens.
Did you see who hit us?
No, I didn't. They assaulted us from behind, and nothing showed up on my optics before I was disrupted. They either had cloaking of some kind, or were extraordinarily careful while making their way into the apartment. My optics, while not top of the line, are better than an off-the-shelf ROM's, and I should have been able to detect any thermal changes from someone being there.
Unless someone had a back door, aka Tomcat, in my theory.
Oh, before I forget, here are your belongings. The nurses had me hold on to them for you until you awoke. Here's your ID card. Don't lose this again. Here are those headphones you reviewed.
Yeah, where's my spoiled milk?
I noticed the article on your computer before. Good job getting published. Oh, and here's your spoiled milk.
Yes.
Luckily, the hospital staff didn't find your carrying of a carton of spoiled milk around to be a cause for concern. And finally, here's your commemorative glass of water that you got from Alfie. Looks like it got broken. Now all we have is this broken commemorative glass.
That might come into play too. Good. Oh. I guess we have to throw the glass away.
You're right. You wouldn't want to cut yourself.
Oh. That seems like a super useful item.
Just let me know when you want to leave.
Excuse me. Are you talking about Hayden Weber?
That's interesting. We can open... First we'll look at the curtains. Standard hospital curtains. Low quality fabric, tacky, sterile color. Clean beyond recognition. Alright. We got an achievement for that called Blackout. Which I think actually is just for beating Chapter 1. It just came in like super late. Let's open the curtains. Seems he's your roommate. He's ambulatory though. Or at least in some kind of wheelchair.
Sorry for being a nosy, Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar. Has anything happened to him?
Yeah, let's... First off, who are you, old man?
Of course. I've not yet introduced myself. My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight, and I'm the founder and former CEO of System 1 Software, now owned by Parallax.
He is telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from information on the meshnet. And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least once in passing at some point.
See, I don't bite.
Still don't trust you, and like, just because you are who you say you are.
I hate to be the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hardly soundproof.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
However, if this situation concerns us both, perhaps we can help each other. I won't press you for details, but perhaps I could be of some assistance.
You rubbed me the wrong way, old man. I don't know.
I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
Okay. Former CEO. I imagine, like, he's gonna say that when they got taken over by Parallax, he's no longer the CEO.
Yes. As I've mentioned, Parallax acquired my company, System 1 Software. I accepted a CTO position, and additionally served on Parallax's board for several years. The other directors and I had a difference of opinion about the direction the organization should take. The non-centralized data scheme for most ROMs used today seemed ludicrous at the time.
Okay.
We were playing with fire. Dangerous, morally ambiguous fire. And well, we hadn't invented a bucket of water. So when Parallax's servers were destroyed by hobbyist hackers, well, needless to say, it was a PR nightmare. Everything halted until we could get the damage fixed.
Okay.
And since the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of near impenetrable meshnet is astronomically expensive, we had our share of disagreements. In the end, I was voted off the board and they went on without me. Do I have hard feelings? Of course, who wouldn't? In the end, though, it really doesn't matter. I'm an old rich man with enough hobbies to last the next 2 decades. Hayden and I made our acquaintance when the two companies first underwent the merger. At the time, he was a young, hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into System 1's LIPS operating system. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly, but I admired his passion for the subject.
Okay. about his research, do you know?
His research? No.
Yeah.
Not so much.
You're close
I
about
remember
it.
at the time he had interest in advanced machine sapience. But that is the realm of science fiction.
Is it now?
He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever, very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life. I assume that you are another of his creations.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Turing.
Yep. Okay.
Did you say she?
Ah, yes. She was quite insistent on that fact over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself. Pastel pink. Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than she, if you're spearheading the search for your creator. Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hobby.
Do you know what became of her, or where she might be now? Aiden has told me so little of his past research.
I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be.
That sounds
If
sketchy.
any of my contacts in Parallax make mention of your erstwhile sibling, I'll pass it on to you.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Of course. Ask away.
He seems very tight-lipped about certain things, and I find that, like, I don't know. I don't want to say, like, I don't trust him outright, but I find that he's very talkative about certain things, but when you dig a little bit deeper, he's like, whoosh, like, and just doesn't do it. And I find that to be concerning.
The chair you find me in is an advanced diagnostic and life support run. Its development is one of my hobbies, so to speak.
He's sick.
It monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body stable. I likely would have perished long ago without it, or at least would have been severely bedridden. It requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here to have it examined. There's a particular fellow at this hospital who is the only one I trust to run the correct diagnostics and fine-tune things to my exact needs.
Interesting.
It's the same way you might get your car serviced, making sure everything's in check. It's too integral to my health to count on just luck. Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once. My appointment has been pushed back. The hospital administrators placed me here with a resting patient so as not to be disturbed by the chaos outside.
Until I woke up.
I don't think they expected you to awaken quite as quickly as you did.
That's an interesting plot point. I feel like he's not letting on everything he knows.
I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some quiet feelers. Maybe they'll know something. I will admit, I don't have much to offer until there's more information. Is there anything you can tell me? I'd like to help in any way I can.
I don't trust you.
What did you find at Hayden's apartment?
The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to extract his computer's data cache, the place had been pillaged, and the human revolution had spray-painted slogans all over our walls.
Turing's very trusting of this Dr. Fairlight very easily. See, Turing has a lot of like the same issues as a child, right? Like he's extremely accepting and extremely trusting. Like he doesn't realize that people can take you for granted and just like do terrible things to you.
Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted. And now we're here, injured and losing our trail with each passing second. We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I fear Hayden is slipping out of reach. I am failing him.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I wish I could do more. Hayden's company was most enjoyable.
Alright, then we'll see what he wants.
What do I want? It would be nice to be young again. Play the darling of the company. Court prince and pauper alike.
What an interesting metaphor, actually.
But right now, someone I grew very fond of is in great danger. I simply wish to see Hayden home again, safe.
It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight.
I'll ask Turing his opinion. So we have three choices here, right? So we can either ask Turing his opinion, or we can say we can trust him, or I don't think we should trust him. Frankly, I don't think we should trust him, but I like to see how Turing feels about a lot of things. So let's see how Turing feels.
I don't think we have any choice.
If I'm looking into this on my own, you might as well benefit from it. We both want the same thing, yes? It's up to us to seize opportunity when it appears. I think I have a lead for you two that will prove most useful.
Yeah, okay. So, like, 100% don't trust you now.
You said you found human revolution slogans spray-painted on the walls? I am acquaintances with the man leading the current human revolution protests at the Genus Clinic.
So, definitely don't trust you. Like, this draws a straight correlation between you framing these guys and kidnapping him.
His name is Brian Mulberry.
Didn't we see that name before?
After an introduction
In the computer, I think we did. Episode 1.
You may be willing to shine some light on that particular event.
Yeah, so how do you know Brian Mulberry?
Well, when I exited Parallax, I sought out like-minded individuals. We worked together to prevent a full deployment of the MeshNet system. Brian Mulberry was one such person. We did not succeed in our efforts, obviously. Come to think of it, that event might have been what prompted Brian to take a more radical stance against technology.
Interesting.
But yes, our motivations aligned for one brief time, and I gained his respect from it. Hopefully, that can be useful for you.
Okay, so we'll ask the elephant in the room. Are you involved with the human revolution?
No, not in this lifetime. Even if I so desired, I don't think they would approve much of my work. While Mr. Mulberry and I were associated with each other once, it was before he joined the human revolution. I find their methodology too aggressive, and their stated goals dangerously backwards. While I pushed for careful deployment of technology after the Parallax System 1 merger, I am no caveman. After all, I'd likely be dead without the advanced technology that goes into this chair.
So, notice how he called them cavemen, by the way, too. I think that's going to play into some stuff. Yeah, thank you. And then
I
we
will
can go.
send a message downstairs to my assistant, Leon Decker.
That's another name we should hear. It's Leon Decker.
He will hand you one of my cards to prove your association with me to Mr. Mulberry. Make sure you speak to him before you leave. In the meantime, I'll get in touch with some other individuals I know and try to find out any other information about Hayden that I might be able to pass on to you. I'll be in contact. It was a pleasure meeting you both.
All right, let's get going, Turing.
Ah, of course. Please, do not let me delay you any further. Good luck, Turing. I don't think Hayden's faith in you is misplaced. You are an impressive piece of technology.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. We'll be in touch. Should I call downstairs to have you discharged?
Okay, so... yeah, let's go. I see no reason why we shouldn't go.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Hi, Lexi. How's it going?
I can't believe that you're still pulling the exact same shit you were years ago, but this time it's truly unreal.
Nice. What's up, dude?
Do you even realize how bad impersonating a police officer is? It's a felony, jackass. I should be slapping cuffs on you and dragging your sorry ass off right now.
Detective Rivers, wait! I'm sorry. The plan to lift your credentials and use them to access Hayden's apartment was entirely mine. Also, I feel it necessary to mention that though you are understandably upset, such language and imagery is beneath you as a respected officer of the law.
He's about to get smacked.
Oh, great. The robot did it, huh? I guess I'll just take you to jail then instead. That what you want? Don't even try to take all the blame. I know that a certain someone lent you a helping hand. It isn't like you have the hardware to pull that off alone, little bot.
Well, to be honest, Detective Rivers, I think I'll tell you the whole truth, since my friend here trusts you.
Oh, that's very nice.
Keep it under your hat, though, metaphorically. I am no ordinary ROM, but actually a prototype designed to be the first fully sapient machine. I suspect creating me is the main factor behind Hayden's disappearance, beyond his day-to-day research for parallax. My name is Turing.
Whew. Okay. Hi, Turing. Well, that is a damn bigger problem than you first let on, huh, old pal? The first machine sapient. People are gonna have things to say about that.
Yep.
Especially the human revolution. Ugh. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid. You sure know how to get yourself dropped in the drink.
Tell me about it.
What the hell am I supposed to do with the two of you? I guess I'm letting you off the hook. This time, and only because this time I can let you get away with it safely. I doubt anyone will notice your manipulation of that NSFPD ROM, nor that I was apparently in two places at once. But mostly because I think you're right.
Oh, she's blushing again. She's trying to look out for her old brother, you know, so to speak.
Someone higher up in the department is trying to delay any search into Hayden's disappearance. Here's the story. Apparently, the investigations you ran into this morning were about the lock on the apartment door being reported broken by a neighbor. The building couldn't reach Hayden, so they went ahead and got it fixed on their own, but the NSFPD sent a bot to check things out and guard the place for a while afterward, right? Standard procedure, treating it as a break-in. Have someone there for when Hayden shows up. Obviously, you and I know there's a bigger story. But when I filled out the missing person report, I was informed in no uncertain terms that I am to wait an entire 48 hours before I can upgrade the existing case. Why? Just on the off chance the door being busted and Hayden being missing are unrelated and my search screws something up for the completion of the break-in report. As if. There's a problem if you're so by the book you're getting paper cuts. And that was before all of this happened. The chief's not happy about whoever took the bot out. That's who they're after now. They won't even care if Hayden never shows.
Today's assault and the vandalization of our apartment will only make the entire situation more confusing and sensitive for the police.
There's too many moving parts to piece anything together, and it's not fun trying to argue with the bureaucrats that one thing happened over another. These little incidents of smashing shit and spray paint sound more like Froyo Stand 2.0 to them than a serious abduction.
And I suppose I won't be very useful as a witness to the kidnapping without explaining the makeup of my being to the entire department, which will only scandalize things further. Darn it all!
Look, it's not being squashed completely, so I don't think anyone's been bought. But until there's undeniable proof Hayden was taken by force, they're gonna care more about the poor doorknob and some paint on the walls than him being missing. Which means somebody definitely has some influence, enough to buy themselves time by forcing me to follow protocol to a T. Not that I will, but I'm gonna have to keep things quiet.
It sounds like it's going to be up to us.
Yeah, so stop messing around. There's certainly a story here, but if you keep botching your moves, you'll blow it. I'd really rather you not be involved at all, but I know that isn't going to happen at this point. I've got a bad feeling people are going to end up dead over this. I don't want you to be one of them, buddy.
Always looking out for Big Bro.
And I really don't want to be the one making that call to your sister. Please.
I'm sorry, Lexi. I'll be careful, I promise.
Yeah, I know. Just here.
Ooh, zapper.
Take this.
Taser some dudes.
Use it if you have to.
Is that the same thing we got hit with?
It's not. This is a medium-range electrolaser pistol. It uses a low-power laser to create a channel of ionized gas to complete a circuit between the gun and the target, then discharges a considerable amount of current into the air. Think of it as a wireless taser of the older variety.
All right.
This is a more suitable personal defense weapon, and it is legal to carry in Neo-SF without a license. The neural scrambler we were attacked with uses a powerful electromagnetic field to disrupt electrical signals in the target's nervous system. That's far more dangerous and prone to be permanently damaging to the target.
I'm glad it didn't.
You got lucky.
I was gonna say, I'm glad it's not permanently damaging to us.
I told you to get a weapon, but you didn't, so I picked it up on the way here. Be smart with it.
Yep, thanks. Hope I won't need it.
Me either. I'll be in touch if I find anything out, but don't hold your breath. My superiors are gonna keep leaning on me to do nothing. Back to the grind, I guess. See ya. Stay safe.
Thank you for your time, Detective Rivers. You should talk to the receptionist and formally check out before we go anywhere.
All right.
We should also look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Mr. Decker. He should be somewhere around.
So that's obviously Mr. Decker. Let's talk to the receptionist first. These reception ROMs are here to help check people in and answer questions about guests who stay here. So, you use receptionist ROM. Stop. You aren't sterile. Okay, that's weird. Let's talk to her.
My records indicate that you have been admitted for possible cranial trauma. You should currently be in your assigned bed resting. While I am truly delighted to see that you have regained consciousness, I must insist that you return to your room to be examined by a medical professional immediately.
Yep, it'll say no need. I accidentally zapped myself with my own stunner.
An accidental discharge of a weapon is a serious event. I must insist that you remain for treatment. Even non-lethal stunners can leave much lasting neurological damage.
I insist.
Very well. I am prohibited by law from detaining you here against your will, patient. But you should note in your release paperwork that willful early termination of medical services releases this hospital and its parent company, ZHC, from legal liability should your condition persist or worsen outside of our care. Additionally, all test and medical data from your visit will be shared with our standard partners to help improve our services and offerings and to keep the price affordable. I am further required to inform you that this visit has expended the last of your year's governmentally mandated healthcare credits.
Don't get hurt again.
Lastly, you will be required to provide payment or proof of private insurance for any further visits for routine or emergency medical care. Please take care to fill out all forms thoroughly and accurately. And do have a nice day.
Your medical billing makes me glad I'm synthetic.
Yup.
You should look for more paying journalism work before you get shot again.
I appreciate that,
Before we
Jerry.
leave, we should look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Leon Decker.
We should. First, I want to see who this woman is. Sitting around and waiting in the hospital is no one's favorite pastime. I'll agree with that. All right. A young man stands alone in casual pose. Let's talk to him.
Hello, the name's Leon Decker. It's a pleasure to meet you. Fairlight messaged ahead that I needed to pass one of his cards on to you. Here.
Ta-da.
Thanks for taking your time with him. He really gets in one of his moods when the chair's getting fixed. The last gala he organized was full of unsavory types. He's probably happy to help folks whose pockets aren't deeper than their thoughts.
Interesting. Let's ask him a few
Yeah,
questions.
boss said you'd have a few for me. I'm not really supposed to answer anything too private, but take your best shot.
So I think every time you hear that music, by the way, like the tling is like I've found a path, basically.
Oh, mostly gopher work, to be honest.
Okay, so I asked him what kind of work he does. She says go for work.
Started when I was just out of the military. I was looking for a gig from someone who wouldn't care that I was an army brat. North Korea made that hard. The old man pays me to guard his life, run a few errands for him, and play substitute arm candy at most of the charity galas. Not terribly exciting, but I've already had enough excitement to last me another 30 years.
That or he's just making that noise every time he smiles. Very interesting.
You think sitting in that chair all day is very entertaining?
Yeah, so that's why he's helping us.
You know, the old man's talked to me about the things he used to do in his glory days. I'm sure he told you about when he was the head of some big companies. He was cold, ambitious, and took down anyone with half a mind to get in his way.
This is important. Because I don't think he's changed.
I think once he aged, he realized how lonely that kind of life can be. Helping people's the only way he can feel like he's still doing something. But hey, what do I know? I just spend all my time with him.
Alright, what's your story?
Probably not as exciting as you hope. I grew up in Montana, on a family farm. I didn't have my pa's farm hands, so I joined the military as soon as I could, like my grandpaps. Came home looking to do something a whole lot quieter for the rest of my life. I didn't know at the time how boring quiet could be. But hey, I'll take it over getting shot at.
Alright, thanks, Leon.
No problem. I'll be around if you know where to look. You have a good day now.
Alright, you too, buddy.
Well, we're free to leave. Why not head back home first, yes? I'm sure you'd like the chance to shower at least. For such a clean place, it sure seems to have left you feeling foul.
Yeah. Physically, mentally, and journalistically refreshed.
You look good.
Thanks, Turing.
If you're feeling up for it, we should go find Tomcat and tell them about what happened.
Yeah, let's tell them.
They should still be waiting for us at Stardust. Let's not keep them waiting. Oh, by the way, while you were showering, I was able to replant your Crassula ovata.
Nice.
Don't forget to talk to it and give it some love. When I try talking to it, it doesn't even notice I'm there. Either way, our next move is Stardust.
So let's talk to the plant. Yeah. So we can either be mean to it and tell it to die, or such a cute little plant, Wilty. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And then baby talk. I'm not going to repeat.
With more of that, we'll surely be on the way to lush greenery in no time.
This action will have consequences, probably. Alright, glad we had that. Yep, Turing said not to water anymore. Just leave it be and send it good vibes. It'll be okay. Alright, I don't want to touch anything else. So I think this is a good spot to stop it in. Very interesting. I don't trust Fairlight. Like, not even a little bit. Like, the dude gives me super, super bad vibes. And I really think he is trying to set us up for failure. And I'm kind of wondering, now that we have this new character that has all these correlations to who can he frame, if he's not using Tomcat along with the Human Revolution, like, if he's not, like, the dude behind it all. It's certainly another thing to look at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know there's an awkward pause, and I apologize. Like, I'm trying to collect my thoughts here. So, if Rush Hour has taught me anything, it's when you're looking for a bad guy, follow the rich white man.
Lee, let me introduce you to Carter's theory of criminal investigation. Follow the rich white man.
Follow the rich white man?
Exactly, now you're learning. Every big crime has a rich white man behind it waiting for his cut.
So, we found the rich white man, so I feel like that's who did it, right? So, like, we should definitely start looking at that. He has direct connections to Human Revolution, so he has a motive, basically, to frame them for what's going on, right? So, like, he cut ties with the head of the Human Revolution later. He hates Parallax because they disagreed. He was part of their board. They consumed his company, for one, and then he went from being CEO to CTO, just a technology officer, then served on the board, and then they voted him out of the board. So he has motive. And even Decker, even if it was, you know, just offhandedly, was saying that he was cold, calculated, ambitious. But he's like, oh, but he changed when he got older. I don't think he changed at all, right? Like, I think he was planning, and he's just been planning for years and years and years, and Hayden is the mechanism in which he's put these plans in motion. And, like, we're just becoming another machination in this, like, plan to get back at Parallax. So, like, he's going to try to take down the mesh net, frame the Human Revolution, and probably using the Lips Network. Because I actually remember, like, I can't remember the exact wording, but I think Tomcat said, like, the Lips Network worked in a very specific way that was better at interfacing with MeshNet, and that's how a lot of the ROMs worked. And that may explain why Hayden used Lips for, I think he used Lips for, well, actually, we don't know if he used Lips on Turing. But we know that Tomcat used some kind of program to go in the back for Turing, but we don't know exactly how that was done. So it's very interesting. Like, there's a lot of things to consider now. Like, there's definitely a lot going on. We have more questions than answers at the moment. So the only person I actually trust right now, and watch this be the person that's actually bad, but like the only person that I actually trust is the person that's not involved at all, right? So like, and that's our friend, the police officer, right? Detective Rivers. So she's always got our back, right? And we're like a big brother to her because she was with our sister and she just moved here. So she has like no connection to anything, no real motive, no reason at all to do anything, no connection to Hayden for that matter. So like, I think she can be trusted. The rest of them, however, I don't think will work. And like, I'm just trying to find out where their motives fall into play into the bigger picture. So, but we'll see how everything else goes on. I'm really interested so far, and I'm kind of interested to see how things continue to go on as we go back and find out what the next thing Tomcat has figured out for us in the time that we've been supposedly getting this data cache, and we haven't gotten anything. We kind of got distracted on a whole bunch of other stuff and never brought them the data cache. Forgive me. They prefer the pronoun they. So we never brought them the data cache. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. As always, lay the smack down the like button, and we will see you next time.